We see things too much as an adult now that we don't see the beauty in things as a child, and that's why we miss our childhood so much. This is a theory that the Garden of Eden and the story of Adam and Eve is actually a metaphor for you becoming an adult and losing your child outlook at life.
My grandpa, my mom's dad, when he passed away, that was the first ever time I lost someone close to me. I was sitting in my closet. This is where, like, you probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in my closet with the lights off, and I was like, oh, like, grandpa.
Oh my God, wait. Literally yesterday. So we were having a fam jam and we had my uncle's baby. So she's about like 2 years old and she can start talking. She can speak a little bit.
Okay.
Guess what? She said, oh look, Diego, my dog died. Diego died. She's pointing to the corner.
When I was little, I mean, Micheal Jackson's trending. When he passed away, I swear he visited me.
What the
I could just get extra. I could just get
wait, slow down. Say that one more time. Okay, if you're watching this is deadass an emergency episode, and I had to call in a favor, and none other than your guys' favorite guest of all time, Sasha Grace.
Hi.
Thank you for coming through. Oh my God. Literally,
Thank you for having me.
we had the worst time ever because Gavin went to Windsor, so he's not here.
That's
and
cool.
then our audio file messed up in the last episode, so I had to call in Sasha, and she came like just like that. So thank you so much for coming through.
No problem.
Anyways, last time you were on the podcast, when was the last time
I think like 2 years ago.
for episode 200? Was it 200?
No, 100.
No, it wasn't. It was episode 200.
No, 100. Wasn't it?
Episode 200.
Was it?
Yeah, and then you were on episode 100 as well. And then you were like one of the first.
Oh,
you were like the
episode
first
200, when
one of
we
the first
did
guests.
Sleepover.
Yeah, when you did the sleepover.
Yes. Okay, I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's get into it. Cause what I love about Sasha on the podcast, she always has like the best perspectives on all these religious theories and honestly just like life theories in general.
Thank you.
So I know you brought some notes.
I did. The notes. It's actually a journal. I don't know if that's copyright. Should I not try?
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Okay. I don't know. It's from chapters.
Do you think I have a theory for you.
Okay.
Do you think everything happens in divine timing? Like the fact that you're near us, like near this studio, and we moved to
Yes.
another one, it just so happens we've been meaning to get you back on the podcast, and today's the day, I guess.
Yes. It's a good day. Is it the 12th?
I don't know. Is it?
I
Why?
believe. I like that number.
It is the 12th.
Oh.
Why does that mean something to you?
Wait, let's read this poems right now. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You hate all who do wrong. Okay. Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Sorry. I just get the like things on my phone.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Arrogance is not good, guys. But what were you saying? Yeah, I do believe in divine timing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything happens at an exact time for a certain reason.
Okay, so last time, well, not last time, but one of the first episodes you were on, if you look back at the first time you were here, the way you were thinking and the things you were doing, would you say you changed so much? Because
Very
before
much.
you're so into the witchy stuff.
This guy calls me a witch.
Because you
I
were
was-
at the time.
I was
You
never
were
a
dead as a witch at the time, no?
I was never a witch, guys. No.
Something like that, no?
I liked crystals and I'm into spiritualism, but no, I was never a witch.
You're a witch to me.
No, I was never casting spells and I was never collecting hair. So
That we know of, allegedly.
Yes.
Just kidding. I'm just playing.
no, I'm not a witch. But yeah, I would say I'm definitely more, I've always been faithful, but definitely more inclined to get closer to my religion, I would say.
What would you say, I guess, like, attracts you to your faith so much compared to everything you've, I guess, dove into before? Because I think we're kind of similar in that during that time, I was also looking into crystals, the meanings of astrology, numerology. What do you think called you to your faith now?
What called me to my faith? I think the people around me at that time was very religious. And I was like, it's kind of weird. Right before I met those people, I was on my way to like wanting to be really close to God. So I would say it's wanting to be really close to God that called me, I guess, back to my faith. And also, I feel like the people I was close to and I have around was also trying to get closer to God.
Mhm.
So I feel like that is what called me to my faith.
What do you think? Do you think it's hard times happen so people find God? Because
Yeah.
I think lately I've heard this thing. So I think I saw it on like a IG reel, but it says the reason you're going through so much is because you'll look for something to put faith into, and God will put you through challenges so that you look for Him in those ways. You know?
I believe that. I really think that, because I think even when it comes to like family, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I feel like if I'm going through a hard time, I find myself more inclined and wanting to be around my family.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously God is our father.
Yeah.
So it's like when we're going through hard times, we want his protection, and we want his, ear and his heart and everything else. So I feel like, when you're going through a hard time, that does pull you closer to your faith, I think.
And I think that's why sometimes hard things happen. And of course, it's not always like the world's a mystery we'll never understand. And we can only understand things in this sense because we will never be able to comprehend what God is, right? We can just do so in the ways that He is willing to show us.
That's another thing. I also believe that, like, when you get into, I don't know about you, but for me, I find that the more I am involved with, like, my creative outlet, or, like, the more I, like, really try to get in there, the more I feel inclined to get closer to my creative.
Yeah, I find that because you know what they say is creative people, they're practicing God's work, is creation, right? And artists, they feel the same way God would feel creating us. So there's a sense of beauty in, like, I've made something here and I love it, right? And I want to share it with everyone else.
Yeah.
In a sense, that's what life is. Like, every single thing created or in front of us comes from something. And there's beauty in the story that it happened. And there's beauty in where it takes it, like what happens to it.
I agree with you. I think another thing is that, like, when you create something, it, like, I don't know about you, but for me, it always feels alive. Like, even if you go back to your old podcast and watch it, there's something alive about it. Like, even though it's in the past.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like human beings in the world. It's like he could have made it 1 billion years ago or 1 million years ago, and it still feels alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like its own thing. It's its own creation. Even a painting in that exact moment, it's technically a miracle, right? Because look, the paint at that exact moment, the materials, the idea of that person in that time, the experiences that happened to that person, it's all divine timing. Because if he decided to go, who knows, party the night before, maybe he wouldn't have painted that painting. Or what if a certain tragedy didn't happen in his life? That idea would have never been in his mind for that moment in that specific hour for him to put that paint on that canvas.
That's true. That's true. Even if you go to, like, the art museum and you look at paintings from a certain era, even though, like, the style and the aesthetics and what was happening in the world around that time most of the time isn't very relative to us now, you can still connect and relate to it.
Yeah, it's
You know
still
what I mean?
timeless.
Yeah.
Like,
Even music.
It's so human, right? It's so human. In the same way, like, sand in an ocean for a fish is like, that's their shelter. Like, we need art in a sense, you know?
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Like, human culture, no matter what generation or what civilization, there's some form of art. And I think there's something there. It's spiritual. It's not just like by accident.
I agree. And Jesus was a craftsman.
Yeah, he was a carpenter.
Yeah. So that's cool. Like, I just think of him sitting there and, like, carving something. I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cute.
I had a theory that somebody told me recently. It was so interesting.
What is it?
I'm so curious what you think about it.
Okay.
So it's pretty much a theory that we're in Judgment Day right now. So what do we mean by that, right? What if we already passed away and we're reliving our lives to see if we'll make any differences or choose different paths? So we have our free will right now, and this is like our last chance to decide and how we're being judged.
I feel like that there's truth to that. I believe in that because obviously we're Catholic.
Yeah.
But, like, I do believe that all religions kind of well, a lot of people say this, they have the same teachings and
Yeah, it's a lot. It's the same,
yeah.
yeah.
And like we're not supposed to believe in reincarnation and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But a part of me believes that God will remold us and bring us back if he feels
It's
you know,
necessary.
it's necessary.
Well, he can do whatever he wants.
We can do
Alright.
whatever he wants. Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. If he wanted that to show himself in different ways to different people in different cultures so that they resonate with it, then he will, right? If he wanted to.
I
So
believe that.
we
It's
can
really
never
cool.
be the biggest judges of like, oh, this is right, this is wrong. We're just kind of living in God's world. It's not for us to like,
Right?
yeah.
He's like, hey, you're going to do this. Even though you think you're not, you definitely will. Like,
So do you think that's kind of true though, that we kind of live, I don't know, almost in like a replay of what our life is? Like, what if this is our last chance of like, okay, let's see if you get it right this time?
I do, because do you believe in deja vu? Like, do you get deja vu?
Yeah, I do. A lot. I
Me
get a deja vu
too.
so much.
I get it so much too. And I'm like, there's no way. Or like if you meet someone,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're just like, you're so familiar. Like, I know you, even though you know, like the facts are that you've never met them. You're just like, I feel like I know you.
I've came across so many of those people where you see someone for the first time and you're like, almost, I've seen you somewhere, or we've known each other for so long, but I could never put like a finger on it. And I just haven't. It's just more of like a familiarity. But who knows? What if that's straight up a different life that you're seeping back into, and I don't know, seeing that soul again?
That could be true. That's what I mean by like, I feel like he might put us back. You know what I mean? Like maybe like reform us or reshape us a bit, but then he's just like, okay, go back. I don't know if I believe that we are eternally forever going to be with him in his kingdom in the end. But I feel like if he doesn't think we're ready, I don't know about him like condemning us to down there immediately. I don't know if I believe in that.
It's kind of so interesting to think about how time works as well. Because someone told me too that time in the Bible isn't the same as time on earth, where you know how they say like Abraham lived for like thousands of years or whatever. That could be considered in today's society as like a couple months or a couple years instead of 1,000, because their form of counting was different.
That's true. That's another thing about the Bible and reading stories. It's like, and in your relationship and connection to God in general is like, it's so, what's the word I'm looking for?
All right.
Not individual. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's yeah, it is individual. Like everybody has their own
It's very individual.
case by case. It's like yeah.
I can't remember
It's
the
personal.
word. Yeah, it's very personal, and it's very like, you know, to that person. So it's like, even when you read the Bible, it's up for your own interpretation. Like, and sometimes the way you interpret it is the way that God's talking
Intended,
to you.
yeah. I think that too. I don't think anything's by accident. I think meeting people, I think things popping into your life, accidents happening, miracles happening, positions you're put into on earth, locations, that's not by accident. I don't think any of that stuff is by accident. I think your soul was truly meant to be where it is right now, and what you're doing is completely right on how you're doing. You're supposed to be in trouble. You're supposed to be in like mistakes because there's something else coming for you to learn from, or who knows, like prosper and see a different side of the earth that you have uniqueness to seeing and nobody else ever will, because you're an individual person. Like, you're a unique person, right?
I have a question to ask you. When you started the podcast, you don't have to share, but like, would you say the podcast is one of your biggest blessings? I would consider, right?
Yeah.
Would you say right before, because it's like a miracle, would you say that before you know, had all these supporters and whatever, and before you decided to take it on, were you in a good place, or would you consider yourself to be, you were in a bad place, or?
I think a good place.
A good place?
Of course. You know what though? And this is a really weird thing to say. I'm not sure if a lot of people will, I guess, understand what I'm trying to say here, but what do you consider good is kind of, it depends on the time. Because what I would consider good right now compared to what I would consider good like 5 years ago is kind of different, no? Like, obviously there's easy things like the blessings you have, the shelter, you have food on your table, but also the place you're at in your mind where you can consider something as a blessing or not a blessing. Like you could see things from a different perspective. Oh, I see this opportunity as more work. Oh, wait, I see this opportunity as the blessing or the miracle it is. I think it depends on who you are at that time, and really is just a mindset thing.
That's true. Like seeing the cup half full as a good thing or
Exactly.
bad thing.
Exactly. So I will say when I was younger and when I first started the podcast, even though I had less success, maybe I was in a better place then than now.
Really?
Because I don't know. It's hard to say.
As your friend, it's from the outside, but I would say you're in a better place.
I know. I think so too. I think so too. But I could consider that as well as being, oh, you're in a good place because you don't see what's going to happen next. Like you don't realize how much more you'll be filled, you know?
I hear what you're saying. Because like, even if I look back, like I would say a rough year for many people was before COVID.
Yeah.
COVID. But like I would say, but then now we look back and all these people have all these like cool and fun memories during COVID because it was just like a very isolating and different experience.
It's just a different experience, right?
Yeah. So I guess like God lets things happen for a reason, and all those reasons have purposes, and sometimes you might only recognize the purpose like a year to a decade later.
Yeah, that's true.
So
because I don't know, like I think I'm always striving for better, but even then, like I would say you're already good, you know? Like if I were to look at my younger self and see him and all the things that he wanted to do, I would tell him like, you're good.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
You're
And
doing
even
good.
right now, I would still say like, obviously I'm doing good. There's just more that's happened.
Sorry, I'm just taking this moment and I'm like, this is so cool. So many people are gonna see this like this conversation, and they're having their own thoughts about the conversation. I wonder, for me, if I watch a video, I don't know about you, but I have like internal dialogue with the like what I'm watching.
Oh, so you like talk back with them? Type of thing? Yeah.
Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, like to whatever they're saying. So I wonder if you guys like they do that too.
I've been told that. I've been told like they'd be tapping into
Really?
the conversations with
Wow.
us. Yeah.
I love that. That's very cute.
But even going to what we were talking about earlier with the conversations that are meant to happen right now, that will only exist in this exact moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the fact that you have it on camera,
It's cool.
It's kind of special.
Yeah.
Because I wish I could go back to all of the conversations that I had with either random people, strangers I met for one time, and I'll never see again, but the impactful ones, some of those are kind of like important because they still shape you.
You know what? I should still do it. I just haven't gotten into it enough. But I used to write down like a compliment that meant a lot to me, like from a stranger or anything.
Yeah.
I would just like write it down and then put the date
That's
and the
so
time.
good. Yeah, to
so
remember.
I never forget, yeah.
I know. I feel like I'd be forgetting too much. Where like even the little things, life is all about the little things. You have to know, and I guess like, what's the word? Realize. Is the word realize? It's like.
You have to finish what you're saying. I don't know. Like an epiphany?
No, it's like
Acknowledge?
Acknowledge, yeah.
Yay.
You have to acknowledge the times that are very special that you don't realize will be special. Like imagine the last time you played Minecraft with your friends on the computer all together.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you'll never know that's the last time we'll ever do this.
That's why you just have to live every day to its fullest.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think there's a beauty in that. You always should, right?
Carlos is good at that. He tries to teach me to be more like that.
You should, because
Yeah.
even if you make a mistake doing it, like at least the mistake was the lesson learned.
That's true. Carlos is he's the outcome of not worrying about failure.
Yeah, that ass.
Right?
And I think too, I would say maybe because of things that played out in my life and I've seen how things play out, created ideas or thoughts of what failure could be instead compared to when I was younger, what I thought failure was. You get what I'm saying here?
You have to say that a little. You have to.
So, okay. So like when I was younger, I didn't know necessarily what failure would be like.
like you didn't have it.
That's why
defined
that's why I wasn't as afraid of it. But now that I know what failure could be,
and what it feels like.
what it feels like, I start making decisions based on that. But you shouldn't, because failure for everything is different. And is there even a failure if you learned from it? You know what I'm saying? Like, not really.
No, I agree. That stops me from doing a lot of things. Is like knowing the feeling of failure and like trying, like what you said, trying to control it so that I feel like that won't happen. Like failure can't be an outcome, but that's not our choice.
Yeah.
But sometimes even failures, they might feel like ugh in the moment, but after you're kind of like, oh, I see why I failed that. Like, you know what I mean? And then it's not that bad. Like failures don't last forever.
Yeah, even if you look at Vincent Van Gogh, before he died, he thought all his art was trash. And everyone
like to
told
tell
him his art
myself
was
that
trash,
too.
right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until like years after he passed away. Didn't he kill himself because he thought his art was trash too?
I don't see. I'm really bad. I don't know. I
Like-
think he got sick, like mentally sick. So
Yeah,
that
no,
could
but
be
he
a
committed.
part-
I know.
Did he?
I thought he did.
I know he chopped off his ear.
Sorry, you gotta edit that out. You can't say. But he like unalived
Oh.
himself.
He unalived himself. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you can't say that.
But
word.
the story was he had all of these paintings and nobody really liked them, and he thought he was not a good artist.
Mhm.
Little did he know, later on, after he passed, people saw his art, and then it became this big thing, and like that's when he was shown love and praise for his work.
That's
was
a
only
beautiful
after his
thing. I
path.
guess like from what I could take from that is if you're really passionate about something and you love doing something and you're not receiving the outcome that you want in that moment or like that time period, don't stop doing it. Like if you're passionate about something, don't let anything discourage you. Just keep doing it because just don't even think about the outcome because he kept doing it and he had so much. And you know, now he's famous. His artwork can sell for millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'll never know the future. You just have to be comfortable with, I guess, the faith you have to see where it could go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that in itself should bring you that joy of like not the full success, but just the idea of like, oh, I'm feeding my faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know about you, but like when you create something or you're, you know, connecting with your creative outlet, you're feeding your soul. And that should be the most successful feeling.
Yeah, that's right.
So
when you look at yourself, do you see yourself as flesh, spirit, or do you see yourself as that's just one thing? Because sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, I have to realize this is just
the outside.
And then there's something else.
Being honest and being a girl, I feel like a lot of girls can connect with this, but nowadays especially you're perceived by what you look like and like your shell, and a lot of people try to show their soul by the outside, like they're like, you know what I mean, like they're really like there's so many different aesthetics and so many different like styles that a lot of people I feel pick the one that reflects their soul. So they're kind of intertwined and interconnected, but like I know we're supposed to not get too attached to like our shell. So I think I struggle with that a little bit. I definitely do kind of see them as one.
But would you choose something else though? Because I always thought about that saying where if you were to throw everything in a pile, everybody's bullshit in a pile, you would only pick up yours. Like if you have insecurities, problems, or anything, and everybody threw all of their stuff into the same pile, and you can choose from any of them.
Would I pick different ones than the ones I have?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
Because the saying goes, you would really just choose yours if you realize how much other things
that there are there.
Yeah, because I feel like your battles are for you on purpose.
I agree. I feel like I know what's right and what the right thing would be to pick up my own. But I'd be like, I'd rather pick up like, oh no, what do I do with all this money? Like, rather than like. So
True. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. No, that's fair. That's true. No, but what if that comes with a whole other problem? Like,
what
if
do I
there's
do
so
with all
much
this debt?
Yeah, like who knows? Or
Yeah.
or all of that money comes with, oh, but you don't have any family with you, or you know. You have
true.
You have a lot of blessings in one way, but you don't have them in the other way. That's what people don't really realize.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your most repetitive sin is? Is that too personal?
Pride.
Pride? Okay. Mine's fear.
Fear is a sin?
Yeah. Because it's like you're having doubt in God and Jesus.
Oh, I guess so. You're right.
Mine's definitely
lack
fear.
of faith.
Yeah, lack of faith.
But you're so faithful though.
I am, but because I'm like,
is it faith in yourself?
Yeah, faith in myself. That's exactly what it is. And I am a child of God, so not having faith in myself. But it's being a child of God, it means like you're his and you're a part of him, and your likeness is from him, but like I will like, kind of dissect that and be like, no, but this is not the right way it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go this way, but it's like you just have to let it fold out and see really how it's supposed to go.
Remember I told you on that call one time, we're talking about the campfire?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I found out recently, I'm gonna tell the audience as well, that when you sit by a campfire, it actually stimulates your mind for you to hear different ideas and be susceptible to seeing outside of the box that you're in.
It's crazy you're saying this right now because Canadians, we just received our GST, right? So I was like, what do I do with this? And I want to get a fire pit because I was just thinking of that today.
It's very human.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they say if you sit by a fire, you'll have better conversations with people because when you look at a fire, your brain cannot predict what the shape is going to be of that flame. And it becomes comfortable and puts you in a state of being comfortable with the unknown, right? Because if you're looking at the fire, you can never guess what shape the fire is going to be.
That's
so
true.
It relaxes you. It puts you in a state of being open to new ideas, to hearing people out. And there's a closeness there because that's human nature. And if you think about it, way back when we were like Neanderthals, every single time we have food, it would have been around a fire.
That's true. And have you ever noticed the weird, like, I don't know if it's not vibration, but like that movement, like, yeah, of the flame itself, but like that, like, weird, like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like wavering, your hand looks weird. In
like it's like the cast from behind it. Like it has like a.
Yeah, like a weird,
like a motion blur.
Yeah. That always used to weird me out as a kid. But now I think it connects with what you're saying. Like just like being like with the unknown and just being like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And just kind of just be in the present. But yeah.
And I think in the same way, that's why water is so, I guess, calming to us as well. Because if you look at water, it can take different forms and different ripples. And it gives you a sense of oneness. Because if you take a big body of water and you throw even a small pebble, that small pebble, the ripples will ripple throughout the entire body of water, even if it's a little bit.
And each ripple has an effect.
Yeah.
The ripple effect. But you know what else though? Is also that like in our faith too, water and fire have a lot of meaning.
That's
like
true.
The burning bush, and then when Jesus was walking
people say
on water,
like they have a fire in you.
Yeah, the Sacred Heart has like fire, like flames. So that makes sense. I believe that.
So you can think of it that way as well. And someone will have a fire in them that people are more willing to open up and see these ideas.
Wow, that kind of reminds me of like how people describe passions. It's like that they have a fiery passion, like their passion is like fiery, and those two words go hand in hand. Like, like it's kind of interesting that like when you have a passion, it's like fierce.
Yeah.
And I feel like we all have to follow our passions.
And is this so interesting that I think this is like the way the devil twists things is you think of fire for negative things sometimes, but realistically, water would be more negative than fire because water would put out a fire. Sure, fire burns, but it also cooks and feeds people. It provides warmth, provides light. All water does is just like wet. I mean, it gives life though. It gives life because like you can water plants and stuff.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Right?
That's true, yeah.
Usually water comes down and then it rains, it's gloomy.
True. I love the rain though. I love the gloom also.
I do like the rain.
I do like a gloomy day. But like I hear what you're saying. I think another thing you can take from what you're saying is kind of like it goes with like don't judge a book by its cover, cuz I feel like lots of properties and elements can have good and bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you can't just take something and just run with that one thought.
What's one thing that surprised you that made you see things differently because you didn't realize the depth?
The depth of it?
Yeah.
One thing that surprises me, the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. That surprises me. Sorry.
Wait, why? Are you afraid of the ocean like that?
No.
Because that's a common fear. A lot of people are afraid of the ocean because the monsters are
True,
like.
you literally have like there's things that we don't know that's down there. So that surprises me. That's something that surprises me. I think about it a lot. But I don't think you meant like that.
They say aliens come from the ocean and not from above.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I could see that.
Because there's a theory that you heard the firmament theory. The firmament's actually in the Bible, which is what's kind of crazy.
No.
You never heard of the firmament?
No.
So firmament is something that pretty much stops our world from accessing the heavens.
So like in Hunger Games, like the dome.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that there's one. I believe that there's like a dome, like kind of like
that we can't escape, or
Yeah.
like it's enclosed.
yeah.
And there's theories that space doesn't exist and it's all just like an illusion,
Yeah,
or
no
it's a
one
projection.
ever went on the moon or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's theories that people never been on the moon, and there's really only robots up there, and every picture of space is just AI.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you know iRobot?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name, Sonny?
Sunny, yeah.
Do you like him?
In iRobot in the movie?
Yeah.
No.
I do.
Why?
I don't know. I have a I think anything that has emotions I sympathize with. They do. Like they showed that Sunny did.
Okay, but what if something could be so emotional, but it's still artificial?
It would get me.
Really?
Yeah, it would definitely get me because I'd feel bad.
But in a sense that's what we see with videos, or we could have a real emotion to fake things. There's people out there that fell in love with robots. There's people out
Yeah.
there that fell in love with literally like toys.
My auntie, I don't know if she's gonna watch this. She sends me AI and she thinks it's real, and she'll be like, "Oh, like of a dog or something." I'm like, "Oh no," because it's not real. That's scary to think that we can like sympathize with things that aren't real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And a story that's fabricated.
yeah.
But I have a theory. I think the thing that we fall in love with most are eyes. Because you don't see anybody falling in love with anything that doesn't have eyes. Think
That's
about
true.
it. And in Asia, they say eyes are the gateway to the soul.
It's very true. I believe that because a lot of people, I saw something saying like, why do we love dogs so much? Like, why do we connect? Why do we think they're so cute? And it's because their eyes are like the most human in the sense that the whites of their eyes is very visible like human beings. So that's why we kind of like sympathize and connect with them so much.
It shows so much emotion.
Their eyes do.
Oh my God, wait. You know what happened recently? Literally yesterday.
What?
So we were having a fam jam and we had my uncle's newborn baby.
Oh.
So she's not newborn, sorry. She's like maybe a year or two old.
Oh.
Maybe like a year or two.
She's
sorry.
not newborn.
That's
sorry.
not newborn.
She's not a newborn.
I don't
but
know
she's
like
too-
I don't know what you would call like, you know,
It's
the
okay.
stages of a baby. But she was about like 2 years old and she can start talking. She can speak a little bit.
Okay.
Guess what? She said, "Oh look, Diego, my dog died. Diego died." And she's saying, and she doesn't even know the names of the dogs. But she said, Diego. She's pointing to the corner. Django, my other dog, is on the other side. It's like she saw Diego's spirit or something.
She did. She definitely did. She did.
Yeah, my
I
sister was
believe
like,
that.
my sister's like, what the heck?
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. I feel like do you think that dogs also see spirits?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too. And I think that all dogs are angels. They're just angels. Like that's
a theory. People have said that pets are angels sent for you to, you know, be taken care of or shown love in a time where you don't have it.
I 100% believe that. I think dogs are angels and animals are angels, and I think all animals are angels. And I think that like when they pass, we don't see them, but they're the exact same. They're still just the angel that they but they just don't have a physical presence anymore.
Yeah, right? Because we wouldn't understand what a spirit is because we're not, I guess, like we can't comprehend it. But what if, obviously after passing or an animal passing, they take form in different ways? Like it's like an energy.
I believe that. I think we do too. I think we do too.
And that's why you hear about ghosts. That's why you hear about, I guess, spirits that lingered on.
I believe in ghosts.
You believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Have you had any recent ghost experiences? Because, for people that don't know, on one of the first episodes, Sasha used to have a lot of ghost experiences.
I did, but like
Wait, recently?
recently, but I think it might not be anything.
Wait, tell me what happened.
Because I live in an 1800s home,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know. We get this like pretty perfumey smell in the
No
house
way,
like all
yeah.
the time. Like just randomly. Like we'll go through somewhere and it's just like and it just feels like this warm presence.
Mm-hmm.
Like we think that it's an 1800s home. There's definitely so many people that
Have lived there, passed away.
Yeah, so there's not much more to it, but I definitely feel like there's presence in the house.
Didn't you say there was something in the basement that you guys found?
Oh yeah, we like to make a joke about it. There's like on the wall. So our basement is not a basement. It's more of like what is it?
A cellar?
A cellar. So, and it's on the ground. Like the door is on the ground, and then you go.
You go like this. Oh my god, that's so scary. It's like a trap door.
Yeah, it's a trap door. But it's unfinished. Obviously, it's like, and on the wall it just says like Helen. So we make a joke that perfume smell is Helen just vibing in the house. I think she likes me because I like to bake and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we get along. Like I have a feeling she was a baker.
Mm-hmm.
So Helen's great.
Would you ever try to contact her?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely no.
Because
no.
I feel like you're one of the people gifted that you could.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
We've talked about this before.
I don't know. When I was little, I mean, Micheal Jackson's trending. When he passed away, I swear he visited me.
What the fuck?
I could just be an extra. I could just be crazy.
Wait, slow down. Say that one more time.
I could be a crazy extra fan, okay?
Okay.
Maybe I'm crazy. But like, I swear he visited me. After
Micheal
he
Jackson?
died. Yeah.
What happened? You're like,
No. It was like, no, it was like right after he passed,
yeah.
I like was having a moment. You know, I was upset. I love
Yeah.
Micheal Jackson. I never believed that stuff about him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I remember like going to my room and like I was just praying at the bottom of my bed, like, oh, Micheal Jackson, make it to heaven. I know you will, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got this like weird weight feeling like on my bed, like beside me. And I was like, Micheal Jackson?
Whoa! What the heck?
Is that you? And I know he liked kids. I think we were like 8 at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and he loved children. He would talk to any child, meet any child he possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, once you become an angel, you can do whatever you want. So maybe he was going to all the children, calling out to Micheal Jackson when he passed away and was like visiting all of them.
Because he was very in tune with children. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and not in the weird ways people think, because he actually came out with like straight up interviews. A lot of people like brushed aside. But the reason he was so, I guess, like in tune with or tried to be close to children is because he's very faithful. He follows his Christianity.
Yeah. He said he wanted to be like Jesus and
Yeah.
he wanted to be around kids and love children.
Because in the Bible it says to be like a child is to inherit the kingdom of heaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it says something similar to that, where it's like if you don't see the world as a child, then you're not seeing it right.
I agree. And I think another thing that sucks, I'm a child worker. So it's like sometimes they tell you nowadays, like, oh, you know, you can't hug a kid at school. You know, you got to be careful. Like there was so much going around that I remember male teachers would refuse to hug their students because they don't want any.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
there's too much rules now.
Yeah, and I understand why there's rules because there is very sad
There's weird people. Yeah, there's weird
Yeah.
people out there, for
But
real.
like it's just so sad because especially men, like I don't face it as much because I'm a girl, but
Mhm.
like you can't be overly friendly to children and loving and around them because people have not victimized, but people have villainized it and like
Yeah.
made it an evil thing, you know?
I know.
So
It's sad.
it's really sad. You have to be really careful.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure even you, someone who's under the spotlight, you know, are more like, oh, should I take this picture or should I like? I don't know if you ever have.
Oh,
that
I actually
problem.
don't. I just take pictures of them every time.
You just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it's just sad that like I think because he had so much power in the world, when you have that, people do everything they can to tear you down.
Yeah, it's people that are in the spotlight, they're looking for something wrong with them. And that's what's sad, because they can never take something for as good as it is.
And you know what I think? I'm going to give you props right now. But
Mhm.
like I think people who are given that, like spotlight, because I know you have a lot of younger viewers,
Mm-hmm.
I think God gave you that specifically because he wants them to have you.
Mm.
So I feel like all these celebrities and things, like there's a lot of contradictory around celebrities and, you know, certain things.
Yeah.
And they can be following something bad. But like a lot of the ones that are following something good, I feel like God has given them that because God gave them a gift that they want, that God wants other kids to nourish. You know what I
see
mean?
what you're saying. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it's almost as if like, for sure this is true, that everybody has their purpose, you know? They have like something they need to see out or see through. And I will say the opportunities you're given kind of tell exactly where you should be going.
wow, I agree with you. I agree with you on that 100%. Because like sometimes I feel like we ignore our passions. It's also just laziness and distractions. Like, we
Yeah,
all
that's
just
what it is.
too much about my mom likes to say abundance. Too much abundance, guys. Or I guess that's the same thing, abundance. But like she's just very abundance. She's always just like, you know what? Abundance, greed, you know, gluttony. And I'm just like literally I just be sitting there like I just want another snack. But like she'll be like too many snacks. But it's true. Like I think we get bored and there's just so much to entertain us. But that's the evil work is like we don't have time to feed our passions and use our brain and use our heart and, you know, spend the whole day working on something that makes us feel a lot better than doom scrolling on our phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Starting a business always seems way more intimidating than it actually has to be. When we launched the Jumpers Jump site, one of the biggest surprises was how simple Shopify made everything. I thought an online store was gonna take forever, or I'd have to learn how to code, but honestly, everything you need is there from day one. The templates and AI tools made it really easy to get a clean, professional-looking website up fast. I remember the moment we actually saw our store live, it finally felt like a real brand instead of just an idea we've been talking about. Another thing we noticed early on was how smooth the checkout process was. Customers could get through it quickly without a bunch of extra steps, and returning customers can even check out with one click. When you start getting those first orders without people running into issues, it gives you a lot more confidence to keep pushing. And whenever we got stuck or had questions, Shopify's built-in AI assistant, Sidekick, was actually super helpful. Whether it was figuring out settings, troubleshooting something, or just pointing us in the right direction, it felt like having someone there to help instead of spending hours searching through forums. The best part is that Shopify handles so much of the technical side that you can actually spend time growing your business instead of constantly fixing your website. It's also pretty cool knowing you're using the same platform as brands like Mattel and Gymshark while building your business from the ground up. All you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/jumpers. That's shopify.com/JUMPERS. Wait, do you have any more ghost stories?
Oh, I mean, I have I have a lot of my grandparents.
Yeah.
But they're not that interesting.
I want to hear them.
Okay. When my dad's mom passed away, she was a bigger lady.
Yeah.
Like she's very big. And like she would do this thing when she slept. So my dad, he went back home and called, and then he went back home and was staying with her, and then he had called my mom when she passed. And I already had a weird feeling, like I had a weird vibe. But he called and she was like, this is very bad of me, and if they watch this they're gonna know.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what to do, so she was just telling me, like, she was trying to wake me up and tell me my grandma passed, but I was like pretending to be sleeping, which is very bad.
Oh,
I know. So then I went
because you didn't want to like face anything.
Yeah.
You're just trying to be. I know those ones. When you're a kid, you just don't want to make any.
Yeah, you're just like, ooh.
Not trying to be part of anything, right?
So she goes to the bathroom to continue talking to my dad. So I slip away to my room, and she doesn't live here. So when she came here, she would sleep in my bed with me. And she would always, her and my dad both have this thing where they're both heavy, big people, and they'll put their leg on you when they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Like they can't help it. So when I went and I just was like, okay, I'm just going to sleep. Like, I'm just going to sleep.
Yeah.
And I felt this weird feeling of like, I kind of felt like, I feel like grandparents always visit all their grandkids. And I was like, she's going to visit me. Like, I just know. And you know when you're like sleeping and you're like half awake, but you can like when someone gets on the bed beside you and you could feel
You can
their,
feel
like,
the presence
yeah,
there.
their
Like someone's
weight.
there. Yeah.
Like the weight. It's the weight and the feeling of like the covers being lifted and the coolness comes in for a bit because they're getting under the covers.
Yeah.
So I felt that feeling. But
Wait, you felt the covers rise?
yeah.
Yo, that's
The
crazy.
covers weren't rising.
Wait, that's kind of crazy though.
The covers weren't rising, but like that feeling was there of like the cold air that gets into the covers because someone lifts it.
Because like someone opened it.
Yeah. So I had that feeling. And then I felt like, because she was big, this heavy like presence on my bed, like weight on my bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's her, like she's here. And then I felt that like strip on my leg with like, it wasn't a heaviness, but it was like a coolness, like on where she would put her leg on my legs. So I was like, oh, she's here.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then my grandpa, my mom's dad, when he passed away, we had just moved.
Yeah.
And that was the first ever time I lost someone close to me. So I was just like sad. And I was sitting in my closet. This is where like you probably shouldn't do this stuff.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in my closet with the lights off and I was like, oh, like grandpa, like have you made it to heaven? Like just like wondering, like thinking like, what are you doing there? Like and just like trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
And my mom and aunt always say like, oh, if you see what white butterflies, it's them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was late in the night and I was just sitting in that room because we were all cleaning and like, you know, wiping down the walls and everything.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there and I was like, grandpa, like show me you're here right now, like show me. And this white moth came and I was like, oh yeah, but I am scared of moths, so I actually killed the moth. And then I was like and then, now I'm not scared of them, but at that time I was. And then I was like, then I was really sad. I was like, wait, I think that was him.
Oh no.
And then I was really sad and I was crying in the
Oh
closet.
my God.
And I was like, grandpa, please, I need another sign, please. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then the lights in the closet were like going on and
No,
off. And I was like,
are you serious?
Yeah. And I was
Like
oh.
going on and off.
Like not like flicker, 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 but it was like 1, 2.
Whoa.
Like
okay,
3
that's
times.
crazy. That's
3
like
times.
that's clear sign.
Yeah.
That's straight up a sign.
Yeah. I think that was him.
See, you are sensitive to spirits. Man.
I think, I don't know.
I feel you could, because they say if you don't practice it or if you don't give too much attention to it, then you won't feel as much, right?
I definitely do. It's not a good thing. Don't do that.
So you do feel.
I do, I think. I think I do. But now
you try
I'm
not
older.
to like pay
Yeah.
attention to it, right?
Because when I did, I think I've talked about it on the podcast, but like I think when I hit like 19, 20, it started being like dangerous. Like, well, it felt dangerous to me.
I see.
You know, like there was a point where like I was sleeping in my parents' room as a 20-year-old
Wow.
for like 2 weeks because I was like, I kept being woken, but it didn't feel like good for me for some reason. It was like, wake up, like someone's like waking me up.
Yeah.
And I did not like that feeling. So, but I won't get into that because
Wait, I want you to get into it. Loki, that's really interesting.
I said it, but I can say it again.
Okay, tell me.
It's been so long.
Which one?
It was the one where when I was being a witch, quote unquote.
What
I was not a witch, but I was doing some bad things.
You're doing cards.
Don't do it.
You're doing like
Don't
tarot
do
cards,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Are you still doing tarot cards?
No, I have this oracle deck, which is like it's a Mother Mary one, but like, you know,
Still cards.
yeah, it's still cards, but like it'll just give you like light messages where it's just like I like I said, I feel like everyone's relationship to God and Jesus is personal. And I won't get into this, but Genesis says that there's messages in the star. So
Yeah, and the wise men follow the stars and it still brought them to Christ.
yeah, there's still a story. There's still a story in that. And I think if you play it wrong, just like everything else in life, it can be bad. And if you're not in the right place. I was not in the right place. And I still don't think I am, which I would never deal with.
Is that why you got into it? Because
I
you
was
were
in a
kind
bad
of like
place.
questioning things?
Never because I was questioning things. Because when I was a little kid, I was extremely religious. Never questioned it. Like you don't think. You're just like, this is what it is, and that's it.
Yeah.
When I picked up a deck, I was 9 years old.
Oh.
So I used to go to this place called Odyssey, like if you know Ajax.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like my reward shop. Like when I got good grades, my mom would be like, "Hey
And then
guys,
get
we're
something
going to
like,
Odyssey."
whoa, you are a wizard.
No, I'm not. So I went there when I was a kid and I didn't want it. Who the heck? I loved to read when I was a kid. I loved the Tinkerbell books, but I didn't care. Like if I was going to Odyssey, I'm not trying to get a book. But like the book was like, you have to buy me. Like it was just like
what was it?
It was a tarot deck.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't want it. But something was like, you're getting this. So I was like, oh, like I walked away. And you know when you leave, you know when your parents let you buy something as a kid and you're unsatisfied, you didn't find exactly what you wanted. That might sound spoiled to me, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you leave being like,
oh, I should have got that instead. Yeah.
So I felt like that. I was like, ugh, dang, I don't care about this thing.
Yeah.
But I would say I was an optimistic and imaginative kid. I was like, I'm going to make fun out of this. So I started taking it places as a 9-year-old, like to all the family things and whatever. And obviously the older cousins and stuff were going through things. And they'd be like, oh, what is that? And I'd be like, oh, do you want me to do it for you? And they're like, okay. And then I would do them. And they're like, and obviously I'm too young to know their life. Like their personal stuff.
You would never know.
I would never know. So I would say things and they're like, how do
That's
you know?
crazy.
And sometimes they
you
get
might
emotional.
Be gifted, though.
No, and they would get emotional. Like I've had so many people cry. But see, you're saying that I'm gifted, but I don't want to get prideful. Like it's God and it's Jesus. But that's what I always thought. I always thought it was their way of telling me things that maybe, you know how they say when you're young, you're closer to your faith. Yeah. So sometimes I felt like looking back, maybe it was because I was young. So he was giving me messages to give to my older cousins and the older people around me. Yeah. But yeah, I don't dabble in that anymore.
Yo, because my tita in the Philippines, she's my Lola sister, so I guess we could still call her Lola. But she had similar, she could like predict things, or she could tell you what's going on in your life and not know things, and she'll do like a prayer for you and kind of like a reading. Oh my God, yo, I totally missed out because she said she was gonna do one for me, but I didn't have time. Oh. And I like was literally such a packed day. Yeah. Man, I really wish I did it. But one of the interesting things about her is that her husband, so they came to visit Toronto long time ago when I was about maybe like 4 or 5 years old. Aww. And they used to stay at the house I grew up in. And my parents weren't home and they would kind of like babysit me, right? Aww. Now, her husband, so my Lolo, I would call him a Lolo too. We would just hang out all day, play games or like play with toys and stuff like that. And I actually didn't know when I was younger that he passed away. I just didn't, like, I just know he was stayed there for a bit and then.
You didn't see him anymore?
I didn't see him anymore, yeah. And she went back to either the Philippines or, I think she went back to the Philippines. She's just staying for time being. What's crazy, at his funeral, I think it was either one of the relatives, they were doing like the speech or whatever, and then he said something came over to him to say he loves Carlos. Like he said, he loves Carlos. Like who's Carlos? And then people were asking like, who's Carlos? Who's Carlos? Aww. This is like in the Philippines when they had the funeral.
That's so sweet. See, I think little kids are they touch people, you know? And I don't know, there's something special about kids. I love kids. Yeah. I love being around kids. I love hanging out with kids. And like that, I think that's not trying to bring back Micheal Jackson, but I think that's where people judged him as like, why are you hanging out with kids? But it's like, why not? They're amazing. They're so smart and they teach you a bunch of things. Yeah. You know what I mean? They have such different insights and views that like sometimes you just need to hear.
Yeah, no, for real. Because I think we see things too much as an adult now that we don't see the beauty in things as a child, and that's why we miss our childhood so much. Right. Also, they say, this is a theory that the Garden of Eden and the story of Adam and Eve is actually a metaphor for you becoming an adult and losing your child look out at life, your childness look at life. Because I see that. If you think about it, the Garden of Eden was paradise. It was everything you ever wanted, and there was just one rule. And the rule was you cannot eat the apple. But if you disobeyed, that just means a lack of obedience, right? A lack of discipline. So you being a child, once you, I guess, see or take the apple, you start to see life as something else. Because when you're a kid, you don't see sex or you don't see like lustful things like that. Yeah. But when they bit the apple, they realized, oh, we're naked.
Yeah, we're naked.
And they tried to clothe themselves, right?
Isn't that crazy that that's like what humans know now too, is like that's what we take from it, is like that's like one of the main things is, oh, they were naked. And it's just like take in that that story has been translated
so many different ways.
so many, and not even so many different ways, but like so many times, because there's been so many scriptures and writings and now the Bible, and it's just like that's still the main message.
It's still the main message. Yeah.
That's taken away from it.
And
so.
people think it. There's other interpretations of it that it was a metaphor for sex as well, right?
Yeah.
Because they realized like what they were doing is, we shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, like we weren't supposed to know about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I take from it. I don't know if it is about that specifically.
Me too, yeah.
I think it's about what you kind of said of just like the knowing. You know, like knowing things that you're not, like that act in itself for the younger people, it's only out of love. Like that's what it's for. And there's not supposed to be all of these other thoughts around it. It's just about loving someone.
Exactly. If you're thinking too deep into an act, then it could become sinful.
Yeah.
So for example, like let's say you do a good deed, but the good deed wasn't out of your heart, it was for ill intent. It's like, I need to do this good deed so I can get this thing from that person.
Yep.
Then it becomes something, right? But the not knowing, the just doing things out of the kindness or soul of your heart, it means so much more. And the blind faith in things too, because, I'm going to have faith because I know it will get me this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
See, that's different. That's wrong.
It is wrong.
Right?
It is wrong. And I think they connect it to, as you said, like Adam and Eve is like their children. Or you said, that's what you said, right? Yeah, I would say that like children, when they love someone, they love someone.
They don't think, that's right. That's so true.
Like little kids, they're the sweetest things. Like they'll tell you your insecurities is their favorite part of you. Like I used to deal with really bad skin problems, and this little girl pointed it out. And she was like, why do you have that on your face? Yeah. And I was like, I didn't take it personal. I did at first, and I was like, it's a little kid. And I was like, it sometimes happens when you're older, it's a reaction to certain things. And she was like, well, I hope I have those because you're beautiful and I want to be just like you. And I was like, I actually got emotional. I had to go away, walk away. but that's the thing is like kids they just love.
Yeah, they do.
They don't think about it.
They don't question it, right? You don't question why you love, and you shouldn't.
And we all do, because I deal with fear. So my fear is like overthinking someone's love. So, but like, don't overthink, guys.
Right?
Just don't overthink. Like, it kills a lot. Like, just don't overthink things. Just love and don't think about the loving in any sort of way. Do it and be it, and you'll be great. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true.
So
I had this theory too that like eventually one day when technology becomes so good, when you can, I guess, like solve problems mentally, like let's say you're going through a hard time with a certain like, anxiety for things or certain let's say insecurity. What if it becomes as simple as like a simulation you live out to face that specific anxiety or that specific insecurity? And you learn a lesson through that simulation. And maybe it plays out for like a couple minutes, but it will teach you a lesson. And after that, you'll no longer be worried about it. Would you take part?
No.
Why?
Technology, it's so scary. Like, I know so many people, and I have been guilty, where they will turn to ChatGPT
to solve the problem.
To solve a problem. And problem solving is like...
That's all life is, really.
And it desensitizes you, though.
Yeah.
Like, problem solving it's a desensitizer, in my opinion, because you're no longer looking for like the love or what feels right. You're looking for like the most logical thing.
As you were saying.
And sometimes the most logical thing could be selfish or evil or just like not the right thing. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I wouldn't take part. I would definitely be tempted, but then I'd be like, no.
But what if the flip side of that is we are in this simulation? You're living out the exact worries, anxieties, fears that you're supposed to. So after this life, you've conquered them.
But how is this still in connection to what you're saying about the problem solving thing?
Yeah, so like technology aside, right? What if you're meant to go through this life, through these lessons, these challenges on purpose? Because that's the true purpose
Of your life.
of your life,
Is to get through these.
to get through these things.
I believe that, and I think we do, and I think our purpose is at the end of like going through all of those things. But I think like problem solving can be looked at in so many different lights. Like there's so many different ways to like quote unquote like problem solve or solve a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like there's like I don't know if there's a right and a wrong to solving a problem.
Yeah, there isn't, because there's still, you find a way regardless.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you. But I also do believe that
Sorry.
bless you. It's okay. But I also do believe that we're not supposed to solve the problem, and we're not supposed to focus on, our focal point is not supposed to be on solving the problem. It's about finding your purpose. I do think that they're connected, but I think we're supposed to focus on finding our purpose, and God's the one who solves the problems on the way.
That's true. No, that's very true.
Because
I see what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you, but if I focus on what the problem is rather than work, like, even when you get a test, a lot of times teachers will tell you, don't stick on the one you're stuck on, go to the next question. And then at the very end, if you still have to, come back to it. But you might actually, going through all of the
You'll find the answer for that one.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, that's very true. Because we focus too much on what's wrong and not what's right. And sometimes when you focus on what's actually right, you find the literal answer or a solution to that one problem that you couldn't have an answer to. Because you're meant to have all these other things in your life to see the experiences and the little lessons in between for you to make a decision altogether on that one.
Yeah. And then when that happens, I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily see it as I need to solve a problem at that point. Now it's turned into something else. More of like a part of the quest rather than like this is a problem in the quest. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, okay, I got to do this part now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
So I don't know. I think that like, don't focus on the solving the problem, because when we do that, I think that's when we get stuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just do the things that you know, or do the things that you have confidence in already.
I don't like that either, though.
You don't think so?
Because that's comfortability. You have to take on what you
I
can
hear that.
handle.
But I'm not saying don't tackle that at all. I'm just saying like to give you that. Like, I know what you mean.
No, because look, if we go through life always doing that and always feeling that way, then we're only going to take on what we think we can handle.
That's true.
And the biggest things or the biggest changes in our lives are when you take on something you don't think you could.
True.
And fuck around and find out, you know?
But you can see that in our personalities. I'm like more of the safe person that's like, I'm going to do what I know. But you're like, I'm going to go try that right now. I don't care. Like,
no, actually, though.
So listen to that. Listen to his advice. But
but there's no wrong way to live it. It's just depending on what you want. If you have certain goals, there's certain strategies or ways to get there.
True.
Some faster than others.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't tackle the difficult, or don't tackle the thing that you find to be the most challenging. I'm just saying don't get stuck on it. Or even like do it a little bit and then come back to it and do what you feel confident in and then come back to it again. Yeah. Just so you have that like lingering confidence of like, I do know how to do things and I do know how to get things done, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
okay, let's wrap it up soon.
Okay.
But before we do you have any theories you want to bring up, or any like mysteries or questions you want to ask, honestly?
Theories? Questions? Oh, I do have a question.
Yeah.
It's in this book. I think it's a really cool question.
What is it?
It's like, what are some events you'd want to visit as a time traveler?
Oh, that's so good.
I feel like I know one of yours. It's one of mine, but
what is it?
I'm not going to mention
What
it.
is it?
There's actually a couple. You go first.
Okay, this one's kind of silly, a little bit. I don't think it's silly, but it would just be really cool. You know when Jesus like had the fish and the bread?
Yes.
I think that's just like a fire ass picnic. I look-y want to be part of the picnic.
Like, you want to go there? That's so awesome.
With all those thousands of people.
That's my first one too, is like being around a Jesus, like during Jesus' life.
Yeah.
Like just to witness all these things and follow him. I would have definitely followed.
Mine specifically the bread and the fish one though.
Really?
Where he like made two fish, or is it one fish and two loaves?
I don't know.
No,
it was way more.
And he fed like 1,000 people or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. I feel like I would want to witness every miracle.
That'll be a fire picnic for real.
You're just there eating bread, and I have a gluten intolerance, but I'm sure Jesus' bread would have been amazing.
Is different though.
Yeah.
I don't think that bread is the bread we have today. It's like a different.
Yeah, that's mine too. That's like my main one. But like some of my sillier ones is like I definitely would want to witness the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Whoa, what the hell? That's so random.
You think so?
Why?
I think it's because I had like a weird obsession with it when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you have an obsession with that? Did John F. Kennedy like sleep on your bed when you were a kid as a spirit?
No. I just thought he was interesting. Like, and I thought
he didn't come and visit you?
No, I thought he was a genuine president. I know there's some weird stuff. I don't think he was the best husband.
Yeah.
Which is a lot about someone. But like I was very fascinated with the type of person he is and why someone would want to take his life. You know? But yeah, also the Black Death, the plague. Because
why though?
It's such a terrible time. But like maybe to help people or like because now we know more.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I would want to be around for a joust, like a medieval joust.
Oh yeah.
But like a really, really exciting one. The same way Conor McGregor and Max Holloway would fight. Be like, oh, everybody's excited for these two to fight. Finally, like, you know, come together.
Yeah.
Or like a Manny Pacquiao Mayweather, but in medieval times.
That would be
with
cool.
those respected knights. That would be insane.
Right. What about Jurassic?
No, I wouldn't really care.
You don't want to see the dinosaurs?
I could, but like there's no people around, no?
So? You're a people.
Yeah, I like people.
Yeah.
I would save it for, let's say, the first time we invented fire. Like
you want to be there with the Neanderthals?
Yeah,
like
fire. You know what I'm saying? But they wouldn't speak English. They'd be like, oh.
That's your depiction?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
how they would sound.
Yeah.
Like a monkey or something, right?
That's
like
very cool. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think they would have sounded like that too. That's my question. Oh, what did you want to be as a child?
Power Ranger.
Makes sense.
I actually put in my SK speech, graduation speech, an artist. Yeah, for real. I put an artist.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else there is. Well, that's about it. What about...
I thought you had a personal theory you want to bring up, no?
Oh, Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, I want to hear about it. It'll be the last one before we cut it.
Okay. I believe we're not supposed to because Jesus, everyone has a different depiction of what is to be holy.
Yeah.
And I don't think falling in love with someone is unholy. I think it's the opposite.
I don't think it's unholy, no.
I think Jesus and Mary Magdalene had a crush on each other.
I mean, there's ways to think. That's the whole Da Vinci Code plot. You watched the Da Vinci Code?
No.
Whoa, you haven't watched that? I'm surprised. Out of all people, you should have watched that.
I didn't.
So the Da Vinci Code is pretty much a theory that Jesus had a child with Mary Magdalene and they were married. And if you look at, so they say something about the chalice, like the Holy Grail, right? The Holy Grail is something that's so holy and I guess hidden for the masses. In Leonardo da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper, there's no Holy Grail. But what people think is the Holy Grail is actually the shape that Jesus and Mary Magdalene make when they're leaning side to side. So if you look at the Last Supper, look, I'll show you. It's crazy. This was the whole movie.
I should watch it.
Yeah, Last Supper.
It's called the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, because Leonardo da Vinci painted the Last Supper, right? Hold on. So in that same painting, if you look at, there's like salt that's spilled. And I think if you were to spill salt, it means like a sin or something.
Okay.
And if you look at the Last Supper, right? Everybody's facing a certain direction right beside Jesus and Mary Magdalene. But it makes this shape like a cup.
Oh,
you see it? It goes like this. Now, if you were to take Mary Magdalene and put her beside Jesus on the right side, she would fit perfectly where Jesus is laying his head.
And they're wearing like the same red.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a theory. That's the Da Vinci Code, right? That's like the theory in there.
As someone who likes to paint, I feel like there's always hidden messages. But
so the whole theory is like there could be a descendant of Jesus living on Earth and Mary Magdalene living on Earth.
Wow. No, I definitely think I don't know if they ever like, you know, took up that they like loved each other or anything, but
this is all theory.
Yeah, it's all theory, and I don't want to cause any problems.
Yeah.
But I do believe that they could have possibly, because she was the only disciple that was female, and or like the closest one, and he revealed himself to her
first,
when
right?
he came back. Yeah, and told her to spread the news. So to me, I know that he loved all of us and he loved people, but it just makes me feel like he gave her these jobs for a reason. And maybe it's not in love, maybe, but like, you know, it's something that I like, you know, I like to romanticize.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's the beauty of art and honestly these stories and history is you could look back and find meanings and look at different ways it could have played out and why they came up with that conclusion or that meaning for something. There's always more than one meaning.
Right.
Whether it be subconscious or not too, or unconscious.
I agree. But
there's always a meaning that people don't see at first. Even the artists themselves, sometimes they don't realize it.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder maybe they never took it up on earth. Maybe when they went to heaven, God gave them the grace and said, now you can marry. Like,
yeah, you never know.
You can be together. Her name's Mary. Like,
yeah, that's
you know,
true.
he's like, that was my secret to you, son, that you can marry her. And now you can be together forever.
Yeah, you don't know.
Right? Maybe he has a companion. Maybe she's by his side.
Yeah, because I think when Jesus died on the cross, the last people to stay were his mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene. And you know what's so interesting too? And I think this is honestly like a little secret in the Bible.
What is that?
You know how they say like your partner is usually very similar
to you,
to your parent.
To your parent,
right?
Oh yes.
So
yes.
for women, they're similar to their dad. For guys, the girl they fall in love with is similar to their mom. And Mary Magdalene and Mary have the same name. It's kind of, you know.
And they both took care of him. And
I don't know. This is just like a theory. I'm not trying to be blasphemous or anything. Yeah, it's just I'm letting my thoughts run through. But
mine too.
Yeah, interesting. Anyways, we'll end it there because we were running out of time. We always like ramble on.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, anything else you want to say to the pod before we close it?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sasha, for coming through. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Jump for Jump podcast. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This was just a filler episode. Sorry for you guys that are missing out on Gavin, but that episode got cooked. It's okay. We got Sasha. Thank you so much for coming through. And yeah, Jumpers jump out. See you guys next week.
Yeah.